Hello and welcome to the weekly message. And today I will be talking about life coaching. Is it for you? And I will tell you the story behind why and a little bit of my background, but also what is sometimes happening in the industry, which is not good. And I want you to avoid that. So, one of the things I wanted to say that coaching is rooted in a specific way. We help as coaches, we help our clients to improve the performance. And before I continue with my story and the background I can give you, first of all, I want to refer to the golden standard of coaching, and that is the International Coaching Federation. So I will share something with you. So basically, I will share the definition, what the coaching is. So ICF, and this is coachingfederation.org, and I will put the link in the show notes. This is ICF defines coaching as partnering with clients in a thought-provoking and creative process that inspires them to maximize their personal and professional potential. And the process of coaching often unlocks previously untapped sources of imagination, productivity, and leadership. So the main idea of the coaching is that you, through the program, which is specifically constructed and it is based on the professional coaching qualifications, because as a coach, and I know how to lead my clients from where they are, where they should be. So one of the things, so this is important. I always refer people, I don't know what coaching is, or I want to coach. So I want to talk about what the life coaching is, and is it for you, but from two perspectives. First of all, do I need a life coach because I'm in a certain point in my life? And then what you need to look for. And is a good career for me, right? Because there are two angles to that. And I quite often get the question on the other side, through my website, actually, that I want to be a health coach. I want to be a well-being coach, and I don't know how to get it because, I want to understand your journey. What can you tell me? We can chat about it, because one of the thing is that it could be quite appealing career. It gives you flexibility, usually good money. You can coach from home, and you have that sense of purpose when you coach somebody, that you help them to improve. Now, life coaching is coaching from where you are in the present moment and really coaching about your future, where you want to be. It has usually nothing to do with anything in the past. However, during the coaching itself, some of the things from the past can be unraveled, can be discovered. And that it really is the self-awareness. And I've done a lot on self-awareness videos in here, so have a look and check them. Self-awareness this is where you basically start checking on yourself and understanding yourself better, that you may not progress from point A to B to C because something is stopping you. And that quite often, this is what happens when I coach in the weight loss, when I coach in health overall, and when I coach in a career as well, is there are some blocks somewhere from the past that are keeping us stuck. And we all have them to a certain degree. Now, some of those coaching can help to resolve, but usually, because they are minor, right? We raise them to a self-awareness, we're aware of them, and we start changing our behavior. That's what should happen, right? Through the help, through the tools the coaching gives you. Coaching is not providing answers. Coaching is asking questions so that you can grow in yourself, feel better, and perform better. Coaching is about performance, always about performance, that you are getting a better person, a better in a different field. Like sports coaching, it's a brilliant example. Coaching in sports is so that people can win, right? The teams can win, right? They're not there just to be pretty, right? They're there to go and get it and win it. It's the same in this, but it's a very, very personal journey, and everyone is at different stages. I want to talk about life coaching because I got questions about, life coaching as a career. But also, there is this documentary which has been issued by BBC, a very British cult, and this is about life coaching company which was established, I think, over a decade ago now, a Lighthouse. This is not coaching, right? Cult is cult, coaching is coaching. Coaching is not a scam even there, but you as a person who is choosing to be coached, you need to know what you're choosing, right? Who you're choosing. There is a lot of coaching organizations. There's a lot of coaches out there. Some of them have certificates, some of them don't have certificates. But my kind of thing is, I want to belong to organization that has certain standards, and also that I always on top of my qualification, because as a coach, my career does not stop at the time I get my certification. I have to continuously improve my knowledge, and that's CPD. So continuous performance development, the points you get when you attend different courses. And I do it through various organizations, but I also belong to the health coaching organization for now, and I will be applying for ICF at some point. I truly believe that in this era where there are a lot of vulnerable people out there, the idea of coaching has to be very, very clear what it can give you and what it can give you. Now, there is this big area of business coaching, which actually is not fully recognized by ICF. Business coaching is like, I have a business mentor who can help me to earn X amount of money when I invest from my venture, from my new career, or from my new business, right? This is a minefield, and I'm sure that there are a lot of qualified so-called business coach, but it's again about the performance. And coaching does not give you any promises, because I don't know that how you're going to perform and whether you're going to stay long enough with me to actually get the results. And I don't know if I have a coaching session with you every week, are you going to implement what we've discussed, right? And coaching usually on different things, on different sessions, may not even have a specific problem, because in life coaching, quite often, people come to me with all sorts of different topics, right? So typical life coaching is career, money, relationship, right? But it could be so many other things, but it sort of grew into some kind of other things where are actually not coaching because they need therapy. So there is a lot of healing, there are a lot of healers, there are a lot of other, light workers and therapies. This is all about mental health. And I don't coach people with a lot of serious mental issues, because they need therapy. They need a proper solutions in place. And then you are ready, and you are ready when you can make decisions, when you think clearly, when you can remain sort of consistent but need a little bit of push or kind of support and motivation, then this is where the coaching comes in. It doesn't come in when you are vulnerable, when you are at the crossroads in your life and you're not exactly sure what you should do next. This is where a lot of people fall into the trap, because they become very vulnerable. And if you want to, you can watch it on BBC Now iPlayer. It's the documentary. It's heartbreaking because it's not coaching. It really is, taking very vulnerable people, sometimes even on a lot of doses of medications to help them manage their anxiety and all of that, and coaching them into some future self when they are not really ready, right? And that should never be happen, because what happens in my coaching is when I discover that somebody has really serious mental blocks, I refer them to the specialist. I don't continue because I know they are not ready, and actually because they have all of those mental blocks, right? What happens is that we cannot move certain points, right? We give it a go, we give it a try, But and when I see it's not working, you are referred. And of course, part of your money, depending on how many sessions, is going to be returned. So what is like good life coaching and whether you need it? First of all, you are not battling. You're ready for coaching if you think, I want to be somewhere else. I want to change the career. I want to earn more money. I want to be a better person. I want to lose weight, for example, is perfect for coaching. I want to be a better mother, better father. I want to understand who I am in this world. This is all coaching, right? There are some things can be discovered, but I think you're ready for coaching. If you are anxious, if you are going through grief, if you have been hurt, deep hurt, abused, you're not ready for coaching. You are ready for therapy, right? So making sure that this is where, this is discovered and you're going to work for that. Now, that's why good coaches have discovery calls. So good coaches intuitively can see that, are you coachable? Are you in a good state of mind that we can actually talk about present and future more often, rather than we're talking about the past, right? So we can really progress into the point, into the future, right? And improve the performance. So good coaching will have discovery sessions, somebody who is qualified. I would look for certification and ask, the problem with social media and the online world is that people, especially coaches, are learning to use a special neuro-linguistic language to help you to make a decision. And because you are in a very vulnerable state, because you want to do something with your life, and quite often it is pressing, right? You may be saying, well, yes, I want that, right? Now, talk about money. Coaching shouldn't cost a heaven and earth, right? It shouldn't cost you your house, your car, right? It could be quite expensive, quite often business coaching, because, the return on this can be bigger, then is quite expensive, going from 5,000 to whatever. But normally coaching per person shouldn't be too expensive, although the most expensive are kind of one-on-one coaching, because it's the time, right? It's the time that people, and qualifications to get a good coaching qualification, they're obviously much cheaper than university, right? But still quite often quite expensive because of the prospects, because of getting the qualification, because of getting that job really is something that you want to do in your life, right? So it varies, right? It varies in terms of the cost point, but I always would say, what do I get? What am I getting for my money, right? Coaching won't make you any kind of guarantees and promises, because it all depends how you perform. However, there should be agreement in place. So there is agreement once we decide to work in a good coaching. For more expensive coaching, you should have an agreement, although I try to have agreement for every coaching I do. And this is the agreement signed between you and me, so that everything is clear, right? And I'm promising that I'm going to show up to the session. I'm going to give you 60-minute sessions every week. I'm going to record the session. I will give you some materials. I do not promise any results as such, because I don't know you. I know that I'm a good coach, but I don't know how you perform. Will you do the exercises, right? It's one thing to identify in a certain area that from the discovery call, but life happens, right? So the coaching program I do usually is focused on not only the physical things, but also on your mindset. When it comes to performance, it's all about in your head, right? It's all about in your head. Do I want to do it? How I feel if I'm going to do it, what I'm going to do in a difficult, challenging situations, right? This is where we are a little bit against ourselves. And this is where I coach the best, right? Because this is exciting part when I truly believe that you can do it, and I can support you in that, right? So agreement, qualifications, check whether they belong to any kind of good organization which provides the ethics, the insurance. Good coaches have insurance. All of that, very, very important. Do your own research. Now, a lot of people don't do the research. Why? Because they are not in the mental state to do the research, which telling me that coaching is not for them. Coaching is for somebody who is ready to do that work. It's good to research. They know the person maybe, but it's also the person is, when you want to have a coaching, that you're gonna do your own research. And you come to me very much so decided. There is a lot of pressure selling in coaching because coaching is a lucrative business, but you have to be able to afford coaching, right? To a certain degree, right? I don't want you to put your money on credit cards and whatever, but I truly believe when you invest in your own, in yourself, that really brings the benefits. And but of course, it has to be realistic. It has to be something that you really, truly want and know that you can commit yourself to that time and the time in between the session so that you can get the results. It is much depending on you, whether you want to show up and work with somebody so that you can get where you want to be. So absolutely good life coaching, regulated by person itself, right? So that I don't have mandatory memberships in the organizations, but sometimes I am required to join organization because of insurance, right? So that is very important. So make sure that you check it. And unfortunately, when I joined the coaching, it was like, let's do it. It's a wild, wild west. And okay, so you promised me that I can develop my business. Okay, so I'm going to pay you money and hopefully you can guarantee that. Nobody will guarantee anything. And then there is a lot of throwing in this because expectation was this, delivery was that. Make sure that you're clear with your coach and that you work with an ethical coach, because the coach should say, you are not ready for coaching. I don't think I can help you. Would love to help you, but maybe I refer you to this person. This is what a good coaching does. And people say, well, yeah, but I'm losing a business. The good coach has your best interest in kind of high regard, right? But obviously there is a lot of pressure to sell. There is a lot of pressure to earn money. And I think it doesn't do good to anyone, really. Now, life coaching as a career can be very, very exciting, but be prepared for hard work, right? Absolutely. You can create the dream career. You can work from wherever you want. You're helping people. So that's why we have so many women coaches, because women have that specific genius within them that they love helping others. But of course, we're not necessarily the best in doing the business, because yes, we are happy helping other people, but earning money is a different story. So how much we charge and all of that. Now, in coaching, people will tell you, highlight the benefits of the coaching to the person rather than the structure of the program. But I believe both are important. How the program is structured, will you have time to do it? And then what are the benefits? Are they all of that going to benefit me or not? So this refers to, wanting coaching for yourself or coaching as a career. So I always specify what is included in the program, because I think it's important, right? It's important for people so that they don't waste time, and also that they make time to actually put the effort into the self-development. So very important. Can it be lucrative and you can earn a lot of money? It takes time. And getting the leads to people who are ready to be coached, right, takes time. And people do it in various ways. Social media is one of them. Networking is a good one. And also ads. There is nothing wrong with ads. At the very beginning, when you figure out what you want to do, maybe ads is not the best investment, but ads do cost money. And I always would go to a specialist to funnel people who are interested in what you offer, so that you can warm them up and invite them to the program to work with you. I always invite, I never pressure. The other method is, oh, you just attract, you show up as the best version of yourself in the social media and people will come to you. I think it can work, but some people will come for wrong reasons, right? Those people will never be me, and I don't want them to be me and not necessarily have things I have. I want them to be themselves. I want them to be authentic. So there are a lot of coaches who show a very attractive, luxurious life, right? Oh, they travel, they spend a lot of money on handbags and properties and like all sorts of things. So we are talking about somebody who coming in as a new coach and they want that lifestyle, and somebody who has been doing this for 10 years usually, or even more, and they have not given up. They invested probably a lot of money to get there, right? And they have a lot of support. So they invested themselves in business mentors and all of that. But the main question is that what you want? Do you want all this luxurious lifestyle, which is always and has always been very luring, right? And oh yes, if I can have a beautiful house and lots of time for myself and travels, that's what I want. And I can tell you that only a small percentage of people actually gonna get there, because it's not that it's not possible for others. It's along the way people realize that that's not what they want, right? Like they want help people. They want to have a simple, easy kind of life, understanding that life is 50-50. So sometimes you're going to have clients, sometimes you're not going to have clients, and that's okay, because that's how it works. Sometimes you're going to be in a perfect health condition, sometimes you're not, because that's life. Sometimes you will have plenty of time for different things, and sometimes you will have none. And realize that. And not everyone wants to hustle. Not everyone wants to have a big team of people who actually manage this on your behalf. They realize that they want to, for example, help people one-on-one, that they want to have smaller group programs. That's something that is different from their day work, because quite often a lot of people work in a normal work and they coach because it takes time to build the business, right? So your why and your journey and your mindset is so critical at the very beginning, but quite often we don't do it. But coming back to my story, so I didn't know that I wanted to be a coach. I experienced coaching and therapy, and I wanted to make certain decisions when I'm clear in my mind, right? So when I was leaving my corporate career of 15 years, I wanted to live happy. I didn't want to be thinking that the grass is greener on the other side, right? I wanted to be very conscious and aware what I'm doing, and I wanted to live happy, because if I need to come back for whatever reason, then I will have to come back, right? And I wanted to be really, honest with myself, and that's what I did. I worked on myself. I did qualification while I was working. And I left where I was clear in my mind that this is what I want to do, right? And since then, I've been doing this for 4 years, ups and downs, invested a lot of money, maybe got it half back from the clients I coach or for the organizations I coach. But what it gave me is a massive personal development, which I would never ever experience if I have not done this. And I basically love it. I love the time. I love the time I devote to my own self-development and creativity. I love being creative. And my business gave me the potential to be creative with my content, with writing. I've contributed to magazines, to books. I, attended the fairs, and being there out in the public and talking about what I'm doing, is just amazing feeling. But it takes a lot of work. First of all, imposter syndromes that, yes, it's okay to change the career. It's okay to be successful on my own terms, right? And then also be very, very firm and convinced that what I offer will bring people the results they want, if obviously they put work in. So I'll leave you at that. This is the biggest topic out there, but I'm very passionate about it. I truly believe in life coaching. It's not a scam when it is properly done. And when you as a coachee or a person who's looking for a career, do your own research. All right. If you want to have a chat, I'll leave my email address, and I would love to have a chat with you about either way, either to be coached or a career as a coach, right? So I'll leave you at that. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time.